Hi my dear students, welcome to my biology class. In the previous sessions, we could learn about a few genetic disorders like sickle cell anemia, thalassemia, phenylketonuria, etc. Today we are going to learn about another Mendelian disorder, that is hemophilia. Hemophilia is also known as bleeder's disease. Why is it known as bleeder's disease? Bleeding is the main symptom of this disorder. It was first observed by John Otto in 1803. It is known as bleeder's disease because of the blood of the hemophilic patient fails to coagulate or to become as a clot due to the deficiency of certain coagulation or clotting factors like the clotting factors 8 and 9. Which are the coagulation factors? Coagulation factor 8 and coagulation factor 9. Due to the deficiency of these coagulation factors, what happens in the body of the patient? No blood clot formation at the site of injury, so that continuous bleeding may occur, so that it may lead to the death of the person. So it is a dangerous genetic disorder. We have learned that blood clot or coagulant forms at the site of injury. This blood clot formation requires a group of proteins. Due to the deficiency of these factors, what will happen? The blood clotting will not occur in such patients. That leads to bleeding in the body of the patient. That is called hemophilia or bleeder's disease. This coagulation factor 8 is also known as anti-hemophilia globin. Anti-hemophilia globin. The coagulation factor 9 is called plasma thromboplastin. Depending upon the deficiency of these coagulation factors, this disease is divided as or categorized as hemophilia A and hemophilia B. Hemophilia is categorized as hemophilia A and hemophilia B. Hemophilia A occurs due to the deficiency of the clotting factor 8, while the hemophilia B occurs due to the deficiency of the clotting factor 9. Did you get the difference between them? The hemophilia A and hemophilia B. Hemophilia is a Mendelian disorder. It is a sex-linked recessive disorder. Sex-linked recessive disorder. Sex-linked means X-linked. That is, the genes responsible for hemophilia disorder are occurred in the sex chromosome or in the X chromosome. We all know that human males and females have a pair of sex chromosome in diploid cell. The human females have XX pattern of sex chromosome, while the males have XY pattern of sex chromosome. Got it? If these recessive alleles, as it is a recessive disorder, it occurs due to the presence of a pair of recessive alleles. If these recessive alleles are occurred in both X chromosome, the female will be hemophilic. So here the gene can be represented as small hh. So here hh. It can be represented like this, XH, XH like this. Small h should be given for representing the recessive allele. So this is the hemophilic condition in female. It is rarely found in females. Why? Because females have a double X chromosome. If one recessive allele is present in one of the sex chromosome, the female can act as the carrier. So suppose here one pair of sex chromosome in female, suppose this X chromosome only carry the recessive allele, the other X chromosome carry the dominant allele. So this is the carrier condition. So this is a carrier female. That means the disease will not be expressed in the female. So the female can act as a carrier. This can be contributed to the next generation. As it is a sex linked, mother can contribute this recessive allele to the son. So the son would become hemophilic. In the case of human male, as they possess only single X chromosome, even in the presence of a single recessive allele, it causes the disorder, so that the males are more hemophilic than females. Look at here, X and Y chromosome. This chromosome pair is not homologous. That means the genes that are present in the X chromosomes are not found in the Y chromosome. A little portion is homologous, but actually it is not completely homologous. See, if the gene is present here, the recessive allele is present here, the person would become hemophilic. This condition can be represented like this. This is hemophilic man. Got it? That's why I told you that males are more hemophilic than females in human population due to the presence of a single X chromosome. Why females are rarely hemophilic? They act as carriers due to the presence of a pair of X chromosome. Means in the presence of a single recessive allele, the disease will not be occurred or expressed in the female. Female act as the carriers. Got it? This disease is also known as a royal disease, as it was also observed in the royal families in Europe. Queen Victoria was the carrier in the royal family, would contribute or transmit the recessive allele to her descendants, so that this disease is also known as a royal disease. Got it? Now let's understand how is it occurred in the young ones of a family. Let's consider different crosses of the genotype of the parents. So we'll find out the possible genotype of the young ones in their family. First of all, let's consider a normal man with a carrier woman. Normal man, carrier woman. Normal man can be represented as simply X and Y. Carrier woman here, XH, then simply X. So one allele is present in this case, carrier. So what are the possible genotypes here? Okay, let's find out the genotypes here. So when the male gamete is fused with the female gamete, the possible genotypes are carrier, that one pair of sex chromosome, carrier girl, here hemophilic boy, third one normal girl, then normal boy. Okay, here one carrier girl, then one hemophilic boy, then one normal girl and one normal boy. Here the ratio normal boy. Here the ratio is 1:1:1:1:1. Got it? Almost all types of genotypes are formed in this cross. Did you get it? Then let's consider another cross. A hemophilic man with a carrier woman. Hemophilic man man with a carrier woman. Hemophilic man can be represented as XHY. Okay, then the carrier woman XHX. Okay, then what would be the genotype of the young ones when we cross it? The possible genotypes are hemophilic girl. Second case, carrier girl XHX, carrier girl. Then third case, hemophilic boy, and fourth case, normal boy. Okay, that is X and Y, normal boy. So these are the possible genotypes when a hemophilic man is crossed with a carrier woman. Then let's consider another cross with the hemophilic man with a normal woman. Hemophilic man with a normal woman. Hemophilic man XHY, normal woman XX. So what are the possible genotypes here? XHX, that means carrier girl. Then again XHX, carrier girl. XY, normal boy. Again XY, normal boy. So these are the genotype of the cross between the hemophilic man and a normal woman. So what would be the genotype of when two persons are, means both father and mother are hemophilic? Suppose father is hemophilic, mother also hemophilic. Then what would be the genotype of the young ones? All will be hemophilic. You look at here, female, hemophilic female, that means hemophilic girl. Again hemophilic girl. Then hemophilic boy. Then fourth one also hemophilic boy. All will be hemophilic in this case when both parents are hemophilic in nature. So we could find out the possible genotype of the different crosses. I hope you understood how the disease is occurred in different families when two parents are crossed. Different types of parental genotypes are crossed. How can we draw the pedigree of this particular cross? Father hemophilic, mother normal. Suppose they have 4 children, all are safe, all are normal. That 50% carriers and 50% normal boy. So how can we represent all these? The carrier girl. Second one also carrier girl. Third one normal boy. Fourth one normal boy. This is the pedigree of this particular cross. How can we represent that cross? Both are affected. So all children are affected. That hemophilic girl affected, second also hemophilic girl affected, third one also hemophilic is a hemophilic boy, fourth one also hemophilic boy. This is the pedigree of that particular cross. This is the way we can draw the pedigree if we get the genotype of the parents as well as the young ones. I hope you understood the topic well. What is hemophilia? What is the genetic cause of hemophilia? And what is the main symptom of hemophilia? What is the reason of hemophilia? So, with this, I conclude my session. Then thank you and have nice moments.